at the annual budget seminar organized by the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Sri Lanka for an in-depth discussion on economic recovery efforts and for a thorough analysis of the national budget's impact, including taxation. Stay tuned to see how the CA Sri Lanka annual budget seminar unfolds. I am Kaviti Dinatma and you're watching Pulse. We are talking with Dr. Nishan Dimel, Executive Director at Verity Research. Sir, could you tell us what are your key takeaways when it comes to this year's annual budget, especially when it comes to relation to taxation?
I think when we talk about taxes, the critical direction the government needs to take is to increase tax revenue, but also to increase the fairness in which taxes are done. Now, the way to do that is to actually restructure the way you tax and improve tax administration. We talked a great deal at the forum today about improving tax administration. But in the budget, the most important way tax collection has been restructured is to increase WHT. We call it a withholding tax. It's only a collection mechanism. It's not a tax, from 5% to 10%. It means that lots of people who are avoiding taxation and not paying their taxes now at least pay 10% of their income in taxes. And I think that is one of the important improvements in the budget. It's a proposal that Verity Research made in 2022, and we are glad to see it being taken up in this budget.
We are talking with Ms. Nisreen Remanji, Executive Vice President at John Keells. Could you tell us, what do you think of this year's annual budget?
Actually, it's been an interesting budget, not too much in terms of changes, which is good. Policy consistency is important. But there were a few buzzwords that were used which were very interesting. For example, improvement in governance, digitization, transparency, especially when it comes to tax administration. Now, this is something taxpayers have been looking for a long time. But one asks from the government is in terms of policy formulation, I think it should be data-driven. So some of the proposals sort of presupposes that there's a lot of non-compliance by the taxpayers who are within the net.